So this is my Arthur account, and this is the dashboard. This is the first thing that we see as soon as we log on, and so that you won't have to worry about any webinars, upcoming, future webinars, previous webinars. You don't have to record anything because we upload everything right here. If you haven't checked our YouTube channel before, please do, especially whenever you have some free time or whenever you onboard a new member on your team and you would like them to get a feel of Arthur. There are two places where they could do that. One is the knowledge base, two is the YouTube channel, and three, this is something that you would have to buy though. It's the Arthur University. So if I go, I don't know if you saw where I clicked, is the need help button, is where you go, where you click so that you can get access to the chat. So it's also the Arthur Learning Academy. There is a fee, 250 plus VAT, and you have access for life. Just mentioned it. However, there is a lot of free help online, and I'm talking about the YouTube channel. Perfect. I'm sure I'm taking the Q&A as well. No new questions. Perfect. So the YouTube channel can be found right here in the video library. So if I just click on it, this is everything. This is where we upload everything that doesn't have to be a webinar as well. For example, we might release a new feature. We will record something and we will upload it here. So, yeah, let's go on videos. You can start scrolling, or you can just type in anything you want right here. For example, let's go for signatures. If you have a new member of the team, you don't really have the time to show them how the signatures work. You can tell them to have a look at the video, have a look in the knowledge base, and then they will definitely get it. It's the most simple feature. Of course, if they need anything, you're always there to support them. And we're always here to support you as well. So apart from the knowledge base and the YouTube channel, and as you can see, this is where we upload just the webinars. We also have access to the chat. The chat can be found right here. Get help, we're here to help. Chat with us. So if you are either on the professional or on the enterprise package, you should all have free access to the chat. If you are on the standard package, you should be able to talk to us via using the support@arthur.co.uk email address. I know that most of you might know this, but I always come across clients who are not aware of what are the tools that they are entitled to, what's the help that they have around them. So this is why I always make sure that I bring this up. So chat, you can find us in the chat if you need anything. Support email, again, we respond there. The support team is always there as well, so that we can help you with anything you might need. And since I'm on the page, this is the tutorial tab. Again, if you're on the enterprise package, you have 3 free tutorials for free. Use them, especially if you feel that you need some support. Use them. It's 1 hour each. 1 hour each. And if you are on the professional package, then you have 1 free hour per month, 1 tutorial per month. However, if you're on the standard, you would have to purchase tutorials. They cost 45 pounds, if I'm not wrong. So simply, I'll just have to select an agent. This is our financials team. Let's go with Sabomi. And yes, 45 if you're on the standard. Perfect. Let's start. Today's session is all about automations. You might already be aware of them or not. Before I start, what I always recommend my clients, we'll go into the automations tab. Before I start, what I always advise my clients is to go on the knowledge base and get ideas. The purpose of having automations is to make your life easier and get whatever can get automated, any admin tasks, anything that would save you time and can get automated. Just have a look and see if it can get automated. I always recommend my clients to click on the Need Help button right here, and then go on the knowledge base articles right here. Everything here is in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for ideas, if you're new to this, if you don't really know what you might want, get some inspiration by going through the articles first. Everything is alphabetical order, so you don't really have to type in anything to look for automations. Start scrolling. I'm sorry I'm looking to my right, but it's the Q&A tab. Just want to make sure I won't miss anything. Okay, so scroll, 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 and there we go, automations in general. Have a read, see if, you'll get some ideas, or if this is something that you might need. Automations to build them might help with applicants and viewings. Automations that might help with financials, for example, late rent emails. Automations to build that might help with tenancies, for example, when a tenancy is set to a prospective status, when a tenancy is about to expire, stuff like that. Automations that might help with rent reviews, tasks and work orders. So have a little look and see if you can get some ideas that will help you. Perfect. Now back to my account. In order to find the automations, we have to click on our logo. This is my dummy account. Everything here is fake. So if you see any details, everyone is fake tenant, so nothing to worry about. So this is my logo. And then automations. Perfect. No more answers, questions, sorry. Perfect. So this is where we can find all of the automations. As you can see, we have already pre-populated Arthur with over 200 system triggers. And this is where we can find them. So another thing that I always advise my clients, before you start creating your own automations, open up all of these folders slowly, take your time and see what's already in there. For today's session, I will pick some of my favorites because these are the ones that my clients use the most. For example, let's open up certificates. I want to consider these as folders. So plus icon, and there you have them. These are all of my triggers. As you can see, some of the triggers can be deleted, some of them not. This is because I have created this trigger and this one as well. Should already have a few triggers in your Arthur account in regards to certificates. Let's see. So this is the trigger. For example, when a certificate expires today, what is going to happen? Notification is going to go out to the property manager. You could add something extra here. For example, an email or a work order to get raised. When a certificate expires in 2 months, let's open up the plus icon and see what's in there. Notify me 2 months in advance. This is my automation. You see, I can delete it. So this is the one that I've set it up. I've set up. Notify me 2 months in advance before the certificate expires. So how am I going to get notified? With an email. You say send a message. When we say message in Arthur, we mean the email. You should have the edit button. You should have the log button. Edit. Let's click on edit. This is how we can change an automation that we already have in our Arthur account. For example, this is an email. It is going to send an email to all property managers, and the body of the email says, dear, first name, please renew the certificate, call Ibrahim. Ibrahim is my main contractor. However, if you ask me, I wouldn't go for this automation. I prefer, as soon as a certificate is about to expire in 2 months or in 3 months or in 6 months, to have to be able to raise a work order, so that instead of me having to raise the work order myself and waste my admin time, Arthur can do it for you. But some of our clients don't really use automations, work orders, so it depends on the client. Or if you don't use work orders because you have just a handful of contractors, they don't use the app, they don't want the app, they don't want to have access to the Arthur account, and you don't want either, and you can work it out just, by giving them a call. It's fine. You can either have the email come to you, or you can have the task to get raised. I'll just mention my personal opinion. What I would do is I would have the work order to get raised no matter what. Even if the contractor doesn't want to have anything to do with Arthur, it's fine. But from my side, I will have everything in my Arthur account. I can track everything, the history. I can raise my invoices out against the work order, and I will be able to have everything in the same place. So I would still go for the work order. And even if the contractor is not using Arthur, he doesn't want to receive emails or notifications, it's fine. All of this can get disabled, and you can still assign the work order to them manually yourself. So the contractor doesn't really have to do anything if they don't want to. So let's have another look. So as you can see, this is another one of my automations. You can create certificate, expiring certificate triggers according to the type of the certificate that is about to expire. For example, you might want to create a trigger for gas certificates, another trigger for EICRs, another trigger for what else? EICR, gas certificate for an EPC. So in my case, I have created here a trigger for when a gas certificate is about to expire in 15 days. This is the trigger. What is going to happen? In order to be able to see what is going to happen, I have to click on the plus icon. And as we can see, Arthur is going to raise a work order for us. Arthur is able to raise the work order. If you wanted to assign it to a contractor, it can do it. But if you just want the work order to get raised and then you go in manually and assign the contractor, that can happen as well. So let's have a little look, and then we will go ahead and create one. Edit. If I click on edit, I can see the conditions of every trigger, and I can change it as well if I want to. I can do anything to it. So as we can see, this is a timed trigger. I'm taking the Q&A, I'm sorry, nothing new, perfect. So this is a timed trigger, which means that time is involved. So don't overthink it, because a lot of people think that automations are complicated. No, they're not. They're not. Nothing is complicated, nothing, and we are here to help. So don't overthink it. And you might just need 5 automations or 10 automations. Don't overdo it. Always start small. That's the best advice for everything in life, I think. So it's timed because time is involved, because I want to know a few days in advance that it is about to expire. So simple. Time is involved. It's a timed trigger. Perfect. What are my conditions? Super simple. Whenever a certificate type is gas safety, that could be any ICR, that could be whatever I want. So do you see, this is the list that we can select from. Yeah, I went for a gas certificate in this case, and the expiry date is in 15 days, is in plus 15 days. We have a little example up here. Super easy to understand. You don't even have to read this. Don't bother. When the due date is in 5 days, we simply have to type in plus 15 days. I can just delete it and type it in again, plus 15 days. Done. This is it. Save. It's already saved. And this is my trigger, my condition, and then I have added an action. This is how we add an action. Add an action. If I click on it, I can raise more actions against my trigger. You might want, I'm sorry, let me drink some water. I have just raised here a work order, but you might want more actions. Let's say you can click add the action and you can add an email as well to get raised, or a notification as well to get raised, or an SMS to go out. You shouldn't do any of this. I'm just saying that we can add more than one actions against one trigger. And my action is that I am going to raise a work order this time. Yes, just for the gas certificate. Let's click on edit so that we can have a look at the work order. The action name, apply a process. I selected the work order, my title, plumber's job, a small description. We can set the start date so that we can raise the work order. The due date, it doesn't have to be the same day. You can have +7 days or 10 days, up to you. Contractors, you can select here the respective contractors. If you're already aware, with work orders, we can assign a job to 10 contractors. However, the first one who's going to accept the job, he's the one who's going to get it, and then the job is going to disappear from the account of the other contractors. Oh, I think I have something new in the. I have tried to assign a work order manually, but I get a message from Arthur saying that the contractor needs to accept. Okay, yes. Okay, okay, Stefania, I see. You would have, Stefania, do you have access? Do you have access to the chat? Because this might have something to do with the contractor's account. Let me. Could you please go in the chat or support email and report this? We can easily fix it. It might have to do with the contractor who hasn't accepted his invitation yet, or maybe his account when maybe the setup of his account is wrong. Maybe he looks as if he's a public contractor, although he's a private contractor to you. It can easy. It says check this. Oh, yeah. This is something that it's a common issue. Just jump in the chat. Give us the email address of the contractor and the work order number. We can easily fix stuff like that. It happens all the time. Okay. Perfect. And we can save the action. Let's create one of these. Perfect. So let's say that none of these that I already have in my Arthur account are not good enough for me, and I would like to create, to have work orders to get raised automatically, or I would like to know specifically when an ACR is about to expire in 30 days, or an EPC or a gas certificate, an email to come to me. Okay. Because as you can see here, a notification is going to pop up, an email is gonna go out, and yeah, this is my automation for a work order. So let's see how we create such an automation. Add the custom trigger. Yeah, a certificate. It is going to be a timed trigger. Yeah, we could go to in days. Doesn't matter. This is an example. So when the certificate type is an EICR, perfect, and the expiry date it's in plus 15 or 30 or, save the trigger. Action name, raise work order for expiring EICR. Perfect. What do I want to do in my case? So as you can see, we have many options. You can send out an email, an SMS, a webhook, a task, a work order. Let's go with the work order option because I found that this has worked out very well for many of my clients. Expiring, they saved them a lot of time, expiring, and they were wondering how come they didn't know about this before. Expiring EICR. Perfect. The EICR is an electrician's job, if I'm not wrong. This is our description. Please renew. This is what my contractor will say. How did you add your own triggers? This is what we're doing right now. This is what we have done. Have you seen? I just added my new trigger. Okay, let me cancel it. I will go over it one more time. Okay, cancel. So Rachel, in order to add your own triggers, you have to go and click add custom trigger, no matter what you want to do. If the thing that you're looking for, the trigger is not here, add custom trigger. I'm sorry if I did it too fast before. I see now, sorry, before we started. It's fine, don't apologize, Rachel. It's fine, this is why we're doing this. So add custom trigger. In our case, we'll go with the certificate at the moment. Okay. Timed, because we said that time is involved. I want to know in advance of this many days or after. So whenever time is involved, don't overthink it. It's a time trigger. And we're always in the chat to help you if you have second thoughts. So name your trigger. We said expiring EICR. And this is where we set our conditions. This is an easy one. Certificate type. What do you want it to be? EI. Oopsie. Expiring date. I want to know in advance. So do you see, guys? In plus days. In plus, let's do 15 days. Or if it's too short, in 30 days or in whatever days. Whenever you type in your conditions, there are a few tricks that, don't leave any spaces. It's not going to work. No space. Okay? No space. 15 days, save trigger. And this is not going to harm, anybody. Create a few triggers and test them. Okay? Test them. When we come to, whenever we have to do with softwares, the best thing to do is test stuff. So what have I done is I have created a fake contractor, a fake owner, a few fake tenants, a few fake owners. I test stuff. I have downloaded all of the apps on my phone and, I play around because this is how you get to know if this is going to work for you or not. Or if you already have a contractor that you work with, just play around with them. Action name. Action name, yeah, expiring. Oopsie. Sorry for capitals, doesn't matter though. Come on, expiring EICR. Or let's make it more specific. Come on. Raise work order. Yeah, always be as specific as possible because you might have a lot of team members. Raise work order to contractor for expiring. Oopsie, expiring EICR. Perfect. I always select both of them, okay? No one is gonna get hurt. Select always both of the checkboxes to be on the safe side. And this is where we get to select what we want to create. Okay, Sally saying, when you have done this, could you quickly show again how to edit an existing trigger? Absolutely. No, you are able to do it. You are just play around. With everything new in life, we just have to, get in there. We will do it. And Rachel is asking, is it possible to add custom triggers for certain landlords that we have portfolios or properties? Example, all of their boiler services to have a work order raised through an automation without doing it for every single property. Okay. Let me finish off this and I will look into what Rachel has said. That's very, very interesting. I'll just have to get my head around this question. So this is where, no matter what's the trigger, this is where we get to select our action. What do you want it to be? My advice is forget about these two, X on them, because if I click on here, apply a process, oops, where did it go? Apply a process. Do you see that I'm able to raise a task from here as well? So forget about these two above, forget about them. Yeah. So in my case, I want to raise a work order. So title of the work order, renew, sorry, typo. Renew EICR, electrician job we said. Please, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. This is when you want the work to start from when the job is created. The same day, a few days later, it doesn't matter. This is where we set the due date. How much time do I have to complete this job? So I'll just give them 10 days. Is this an emergency? Do I require a code? Exactly the same exactly the same information that we have when we want to raise a work order. Set documents and images with contractors, hide tenant details from contractor. No, don't want to hide anything. Contractors, this is where we can select our local contractors or not. You don't have to. And save the action. This is it. And this is our new trigger. This is our new trigger. It's right here. Let me do a little refresh. Certificates. Perfect. I'm sorry. This is the one. This is the one that I started to create, but then I stopped because we had a comment asking how did we do that. So this is the trigger, expiring EICR. Raise a work order to the contractor for the expiring EICR. And Sila asked, how do you edit your condition? Super easy, edit button next to it. Two very helpful buttons, edit button, log button. When this goes out, the automation, when it works, and if I click on log, I can see if it ran successfully. So, for example, let's go to a few that have already run. Yeah, this one should be. Certificate expires in 30 days, log. Yeah, this is how we can see that the automation is running successfully. Okay, success, and we can see the details. So, the condition, how do we edit it? Super easy, edit button, and expiring, we can edit it, we can edit everything, the conditions, the name, expiring EICR in 15 days. Save the trigger. I'm trying to think of Rachel's request. So Rachel is asking, can we add custom triggers for certain landlords? Let's have a look. For that have portfolios, and okay, so that they can do their services on their own. Let's have a look because I'm not sure. So add the custom trigger. And if this is not possible to happen, I will raise an improvement, Rachel, because this makes absolute sense. Okay, let's do it again. Add the custom trigger all times. Add the custom trigger. It will have to be a certificate, of course. Timed, of course. I don't seem to have any of the conditions like owner, property owner. Another condition that would go here would be, oh, we have more questions. We would be the property owner. I'll try to think a few more seconds, see if something like that would be possible to run out automatically. No. No. However, Rachel, I will make a note and put this improvement through. Also, Rachel, do you mind typing in your email address so that I can come back to you on that as soon as I have any further update, please? Stefania is asking, minus 10 days is before. Correct. Minus 10 days in the past. It's overdue. It's something that you just have to learn by heart, or don't even learn it by heart. Put a post-it. Don't overcomplicate anything. Minus 10 days in the past. Do you see? It's over here. I'm setting the screen. Minus 10 days 2 days ago. And this is how we would set it. It's minus 2 dash days, no space, done. Plus 2 days in the past. You're correct. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you too. Hi, what automation can I use to track rent payments and send messages if it's late? Rent payments. Well, that's a very good question, because I made a few posts here. I don't know if we're going to be able to go through all of them, so that I can go through some of the automation that I think that this one we went through. Yeah, the late rent email, I had it right here. Let's do it. So another very, very helpful automation is the automation that have to do with late rent emails. Let me close this. Again, as mentioned before, these are all folders. So the financial automations can be found right here. Okay. This is my best late rent test trigger that I show to all of my clients when they are 3 days late. But it can be 2 days late, 7 days late, or we can have one for 3 days, one for 7 days, one for 15 days, or we can even have emails to go out to our tenants in advance so that we can remind them of their rent. If we get the feel that they are a very good tenant, but they are a bit, they're forgetting stuff, we can set that. So perfect. Let's have a look. I'm sending an email. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm sending an email. Let's have a look on my conditions. Edit. Super easy. Timed trigger. Transaction type. If I do direct rent, I will just select direct rent. If I do rent charge, rent charge. If I do both. When paid is unpaid, and when the transaction is this transaction, and when the due date was like 3 days in before, 3, 5, 7, I want to send out an email. So let's see how we can create this. Okay, you can even take a screenshot of that. If you want, we will create it right now. So again, I haven't realized that it's already 11:40. Yeah, perfect. It's fine. We have plenty of time. Add the constant trigger. It's financials. Timed, time is involved, so timed. Perfect. Late rent. Oops, I was typing. Late rent, let's do 5 days. Conditions, first transaction type. Where is it? In the transaction type. Oh, couldn't see it. Is I will add both. I can be doing both. I can be doing just one, direct rent, rent charge, and it's not paid. It's not paid. Paid is unpaid. And my due date is, we said in the past, so minus how many days have we said? 5. Minus 5 days. Done, save. So this is how we create our conditions. And let's call this action late rent email 5 days. 5 days overdue. I would like to send an email to inform them. So send to my tenants, subject. You don't really see my subject, but I'll just type late rent reminder. And this is where we can just type in our message, dear. If I do right click, the details will auto-populate. So according to the name of the tenant, the variable, this is a variable, it's going to auto-populate the name of the respective tenant. Hope you're well. This is a kind reminder to pay your rent, etc., etc. Include summary of the transaction. Yes, 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 and save. Because we have many questions, I will start doing questions because I want to make sure that I will respond back to all of you. Before I go to the Q&A, one thing that I would like to show you is you can always see how this email looks as soon as it goes out to your tenants. So in my case, this is the email that the condition that I already have in Arthur. If I click on edit on my action, subject, can I copy it? Control C, this is the subject of the email. If I go to logo, email and SMS history, if a tenant is telling me, I haven't received your email or whatever, you know. Rent is 3 days due. And search, these are all of the emails that went out to my tenants, or of course you can just type in the email of the tenant here, and this is how it looks. This is the header with the transaction details. Everything is there, and this is my little message. Let's start with the questions. So we answered to Puneet about the late rent messages. Then Ahmed, sorry, I didn't hear Rachel's question. So Rachel, Ahmed said, if it's possible to send out automated emails to specific owners because they deal with the work orders themselves, they renew their own certificate. So, so you don't really want to raise a work order. It can be anything, right? And I told her that apparently this is something that it's not possible at the moment. Let me think about it. So when a certificate is about to expire, unless, but let me have another look. So certificate, when a certificate, yeah, time is about to expire. These are my no. No, it's not possible. As far as I know, it's not possible. However, this is something that I will speak with the developer so that I can put it through as an improvement request. Ahmed, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. I'm gonna copy your email. Control C. Let me open up a little sheet right now because I don't want to lose your email after we close the Obsidian drive when we go on. Perfect. I was able to paste your email in a safe place. Hi, can you also send us further information on how to do this for individual landlords? Holly, I think that you're asking exactly the same thing that Rachel asked. So apparently, this is not possible at the moment. However, I will raise the improvement. Okay, you must be talking about what Rachel has mentioned like a few minutes ago, right? If this is not the case, please let me know exactly what you mean. What if you manually, Stefania says, what if you manually add the automation from within the property tenancy or unit level? You wouldn't, or unit level, wouldn't it be specific to that unit, property or tenancy? Stefania is right. We can add manual triggers. Manual triggers, yes, you can add. However, is this how you would like to do it? You would like to, okay, let's show how we can add the manual trigger so that we can see if this is what you think. Okay. So certificate, manually triggered. Manually triggered means that the trigger is going to be there and I will have to go manually and send the email. This is what a manual trigger means. Let's call it test webinar. We have no filters. I don't think that this is going to help us though, because I will show you right now. Action name, we can send an email to owner, let's say. Let's have a look. Okay, we could send an email to them. Like if I raise the work order, I will be the only person who will be able to see the work order. You would have to inform the landlord manually. You would have to do it. So I assume it would have to be an email. Let's go to the owner, right? Subject. So if you don't mind sending it manually, you can, but it will be a manual trigger. It won't go out automatically, so it won't be an automation. So this is what I mean. It's different. Will expire. So dear, right click, and then you just have to type in the body of your email. Take the action. Amazing. So this is how we add manual triggers, and I will show you what the manual triggers can do. So for example, let me see. Oh, I don't have any trigger here. I'm sorry. Bear with me for a second. Let me go to my applicant. So this is a very good example. The manual trigger is something that you have to click on it in order to send it out automatically, in order to send it out manually. So I have many, this is exactly the same trigger, but I'm testing it for many, many clients. So let's say that you wish to send them the application form, or it can be anything at all. I will have to manually click on it. So exactly the same way as if you would be sending an email to them. However, this will always be there as a template, as an option, as an action, and then manually, you just have to go in there, confirm that everything is correct, oopsie, and run the action. So this is the difference. I'm sorry, it's fine. And run the action. So you can absolutely give it a try and test that, Stefania. If this works for you, you can create as many manual triggers as you want. I will go quickly through the comments. Is Arthur compatible with QuickBooks accounts package? Not anymore, unfortunately. We used to integrate. However, exactly because there were many system errors and we were not compatible, we still support our clients who integrated in the past with QuickBooks, but we don't support this integration anymore. My existing triggers, okay, Sally says my existing triggers do not have the option to edit. Sally, this is absolutely normal. Don't you worry. It's because these are the auto-populated triggers. I will show you. These are the triggers that exist in Arthur already. So this is why you cannot edit them. They are standard. However, if you would like them to be different, you can create your own ones. Do you see? This is a system trigger. It was already there. I cannot edit it. I cannot delete it because it was already there. However, you can create your own triggers and edit them, delete them. Yes, Rachel, we just did it. Could you do a step-by-step one for an automated email to say your rent is due in X amount of days? Okay, we can do it very quickly. So before we did, has already expired. Now we will do I'm sorry, is due. Your due date was in the past. Now we will do one for the future. So the only difference is instead of minus, we will change it to plus. I will do it very quickly. Timed, time is involved, timed. So conditions, again, transaction type. Why can I never find the transaction type? Okay. Direct rent, rent charge according to your transactions. Then we said, and the due date is in plus 5 days. No spaces. Okay, save. And all we do then is add another email. Okay, however, all of these, you can also find them in the articles. Don't forget to have a look in the knowledge base. Everything is there with screenshots in case you don't remember how to set the conditions. So don't you forget. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, Charlie is asking if there is any way to automatically send tenant invoices, not just an email each month. I'm really sorry, Charlie. At the moment, you do it the right way. We cannot send them automatically. However, this is something that we're looking to improve in the future. For landlord, Antonio is asking, for landlord to manage certain certificates, the automation could be an email to the landlord, getting them to know that it's time to do. Okay, Antonio, yes, perfect. So this is what we have just done with a manual trigger. You can only let them know manually via sending them an email. So it's up to you to set a manual trigger so that it's always there, or simply, guys, I don't know if you're already aware, we can send messages from Arthur, new message and new group message, okay? So you can send them messages, you can let them know. Ahmed is asking, I believe we can direct the automation that tenant raises to the property owner. We can direct the automation that the tenant know whatever issues they raise through their app. All of these issues will come to you, but not to the property owner. Yeah. Oh, Aidan is asking, can we leave these questions to the end as we want to know the scheduling rather than everyone's individual questions? So apparently, automations is a subject that is very interesting for many, many people. So believe me, I'll try to schedule another one for either next month or the upcoming month. Yes, there is an issue with the subject area, Pipa. I cannot read it either, but it's fine. Whatever you write there should be there. Kate is asking, the automated triggers for late rent, do we have to do it tenant by tenant, or there is a way to do it in bulk? It's always in bulk. No tenant by tenant, you create it once, and whoever is late with their rent, they will get the email. So I will definitely schedule another automation and scheduler tutorial, because I had so many post-its with automation that I wanted to go through. And however, you got the feel of what automations can do. I want to show you something last, and this is something that I would like to share with you. Where is it? If you're interested. So as you all know, you can create the automations yourself, but we can create the automations for you as well. However, this service is not for free, because you might give us 10 pages of automations, 5 pages of automations, and a member of the team would have to sit down and create all of these automations against your account. However, this is the seat that we share with our clients whenever they want to they want us to create their own automations. I would like to share this with you because you or any member of your team can start, writing your ideas, and then it's up to you if you would like us to do it or you want to do it yourself. I just think that this document right here will help you a lot, because we explain what is the action, what is a task name, how would you like this to work, send assign to whom. We have a few examples here. So, example, as soon as an applicant is added, or when a rent is overdue in 5 days, I want to notify the tenant via email. Yes, the email is going to go to the tenant. Subject of the email, rent is overdue by 10 days. Please see the email. This is the email. So pre-existing triggers are in black. New triggers, the ones that do not exist in Arthur, in red. So we have added some examples here. For example, when a tenancy status is set to past, I wanted to raise a task for the property manager. I also want a subtask template. Checklist, clean the property, decorate, take new pictures, advertise unit on Rightmove. The task is going to go to the property manager. And this is going to be the message. If you would like me to send you to your emails this document, would you please type in your email, or you know what I can do? I think it's best if I type in my email here, and whoever is interested, you can send me an email. .co.uk. So this is my email address. And I could also send you the knowledge-based articles so that you can have everything in one big email if you want to. Do we have any more questions? I'm sorry, I think I lost our questions now. Oh, I'm sorry, found the Q&A. Hi, can you share with us this document, please? Thank you. Yes, Moitz, I would be more than happy to. Oh, I can see that you sent me a few email addresses. Let me, so I'm just going to move that so that I don't want everyone to see other people's email addresses because you never know. So, yes, I would be more than happy to. Oh, a few more people are sending me their email addresses. Perfect. 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 Okay. Oh, my pleasure. And believe me, I will book another session. I think that next month we are going to have a webinar about FixFlow and the new FixFlow integration. It's all about work orders and how you can make your tenants resolve their issues by themselves without raising the issues, so detracting them from raising stuff. So this is the next webinar for next month. However, we obviously didn't go through half of the posts that I had in mind. So I will absolutely create another webinar. Yes, Louise, I got your message. I will. I'm gonna paste it here. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you all for your time. I will reschedule an automations webinar. And apparently you're very interested in automations. Have a great day. All the best. Bye-bye. Thank you.